What's up? It's Cody from the Keeps Nerdum. How you all doing today? Today we are going to look again at U.S. servicemen from World War II. We've got five we're going to look at today, going up in the points totals. And the question again, are they accurate? This is actually the booklet from the beginning of the game. You know, it's got the top like a ammo canister look kind of feel to that, which is really cool. Or is that the side? I don't remember. I'd have to go look at an old ammo canister, but I love their rule book, advanced rule book 12 plus, because it's a pretty complicated game. But we've got several figures that we're going to look at today, and the question is, are they accurate? And some of these, well, we'll just go into them. Okay, so first off, we've got the Rangers, and the Rangers, is this the right one? It is 21 out of 45 Rangers. Okay, overall, a pretty neat model. Question of what gun is he carrying? Maybe an M1 Garand. Let's look at his statistics, and yeah, it looks like a Garand from that picture, at least guessing, but it's also he's got a pretty strong stat line for an M1 Garand, because the Garand rifle is a 9 or an 8.7 in other units, or just the regular infantry. One thing you'll notice here, though, is a 5.5 defense. He is also a spotter, so he counts as several things. He's got one higher stat than an M1 Garand rifle on close, like short range. So pretty similar, but the defense thing is what's really crazy, because that's insane. That is insane. I would just argue an infantry should never really truly have 5.5 defense. And there might be a few cases for that, but it's very few. And this, I just don't think is really accurate to it. It has two abilities for 5 points, so it's only a 1 point more than the M1 Garand rifle infantry, and the lowest point values for all the infantry for the US. But that extra defense seems so small, but it is massive. This is the infantry you should take over the 4 point people, because one extra point gets you an extra defense, and that extra defense means he is going to be super hard to kill. Lead the way once per turn. This unit can reroll a single attack die or movement roll. So this 9.7 actually has the chance to reroll one of those rolls. So 9 dice you roll, you can reroll one, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. Close Assault 7, as in hand grenades. This unit has the attack value of 7 against vehicles and attacks. The attack ignores cover. Let's see. On D-Day, the 2nd Ranger Battalion scaled the cliffs of Pointe du Hoc in the face of enemy fire, eventually destroying enemy artillery atop the escarpment. The Rangers held off several German counterattacks over the next 2 days. I get it. They're saying 5.5 defense because they are tough as nails, so there's some accuracy there, but point value-wise, this should be a 6 or a 7 if you're going to give them a 5.5 defense, because an extra defense over a 4 is massive change on infantry. These guys become crazy hard to put down. And so is it accurate? Well, actually, kind of, according to their lore right here, that they were able to hold off and take a spot and then hold it from crazy amounts of attacks. So there's a somewhat justification there, but at the same time, I would almost rather see like something going, okay, you get to make them reroll one of their attack rolls that hits, right? Just to make, so keep it at a 4-4, but then give them a stat line that actually changes them slightly, like with an ability like Lead the Way, but it's for your opponent's attack dice. Something like that. So, there's some accuracy there. My next one is one of my favorite pieces just to mess with people. This is the M2 Flamethrower. Here he is right there in all of his wonderfulness, and on the back you can see a little flamethrower. Fantastic. You know, honestly, they did a pretty good job on painting such a small model. It looks good. It really does for just what it is. It's itty bitty. I mean, could you improve on it? Well, sure, but you know, we're talking about mass painting miniatures, and pretty cool. So it's a 5-cost unit as well. 4-4 defense. Honestly, I think it should have something on it to recognize that if you hit it in a certain way with like 3 6s, it explodes or something, because flamethrowers were notoriously, I mean, you've got essentially a giant explosive on your back that's going to light up in flames. It only has short range, 10 and 7 against vehicles. So 10 against infantry, 7 against vehicles. Flamethrower. This unit's short range attack ignores cover. If this unit rolls 3 or more 6s on a short range attack, the target is destroyed immediately. So if you can roll the 3 6s, and your chances at 10 dice against infantry are decently potential. Vehicles, that's not really good odds, right? 1 in 6 chance to roll a 6 and you're rolling 7, you're not hitting. I mean, you have to get lucky, but it would be really cool to blow up a Tiger 1 just because you rolled 7, 3 6s out of your 7 dice. So again, I think the accuracy comes in. It should have something that makes it explode and like take out things around it as well, just because these guys were very, very once hit, especially on that flamethrower backpack, you're gone. And not only that, you could potentially be killing people around you because of how devastating such a weapon is. Now, we go up a point value to 6 points to our Mortar M2. And you'll notice from the picture right here, there are 2 people on it, and the figurine has 1. Kind of an interesting thing, and honestly, he's very dark colored, like almost gray. It looks almost German. Kind of weird. Let's make sure it is US 6 points, Mortar M2. It is. So, I don't know. Kind of weird. But one of the things you'll notice is against the anti-vehicle artillery pieces and mortars, they have a 3-3 defense, and this is very accurate in just the sense of you're stationary. You have to hold still. So if they can get to you, they can shoot you and they'll probably kill you. Now, they only have 1 speed like normal, but what's interesting is in short range, they're terrible because they're meant to be longer range. So they have medium and long range, and you'll notice there's not a lot of attack dice here, and even vehicles, there's not a lot of attack dice. But against vehicles, this thing is terrible. Just saying. So inaccurate, this unit gets -1 on each attack dice. So normally you succeed on attack dice of 4, 5s, and 6s. So you roll 6 dice, 4, 5s, and 6s. This one is only rolling successfully on 5s and 6s. The reason it's inaccurate is also because of the shrapnel too. Each success this unit rolls against a soldier counts as 2 successes. So every 5 and 6 it hits on a soldier counts as actually 2 successes. So even though you have -1 to hit, your successes are massive. Like, they are going to hit like trucks. Like, it's going to be bad. Is this accurate? I think so. I think this is an absolutely fantastic thing. Against vehicles, it's not going to do much. It'd be pretty funny killing like a tank or a Jeep with something like this, or some sort of small vehicle, just because the odds are so low. But you should always be using this to fire on infantry if at all possible. So is this accurate? Yeah, sure. I think so. Yeah. It's just not a great piece, but it's kind of a fun harassment because it is one of the few infantry pieces that actually has long range that's not an artillery or a sniper. So pretty cool. We go up our next point value to the Red Devil Captain. He's a soldier and a commander. This is the Red Devil Captain. There you go. And let's look at him. He looks really good. Other than his face. There's nothing going on his face. Like, you can see a nose. That's funny. You can see the binoculars in his hand. It looks like he's got a A1 carbine, if that sounds right. 7 points. So again, the Ranger is 5 points, and this is 7. The Ranger is 2 points less and way better as far as what defense, because 4-4 again, 8-6. So it's as though it's carrying an M1 Garand, but that is clearly a carbine. 2 against vehicles, close assault 7. This unit has an attack value of 7 against vehicles in its hex, so this attack ignores cover. So once you get in, it's like you're throwing grenades on top of it. I wonder if he has any grenades on his figurine. Nothing that I can see. You can definitely see like a shovel in his backpack kind of deal. But that's what they're simulating, is lots of grenade stuff. And then commander abilities. Initiative +2. So whenever you roll to start a turn, is it start a turn or start the game? I can't remember. You get +2 initiative to determine who's going first for that turn. Hang on. Now I'm intrigued because it's been a long time since I've gotten to actually play this game. Initiative phase, both players. Yeah, so, okay. At the beginning of each turn, each player makes an initiative roll to determine who is the first player and who is the second player. So every turn, you get to roll, which is good. That really is important. So, pin and pointer, units attacked by friendly soldiers adjacent to this unit get -1 on cover rolls. So, as long as you have things that are adjacent, so in the hex or next to the hex of him, they get -1 on their cover rolls. So he's a pinpointer, and he has the binoculars. I think overall very accurate. This is cool. It's just funny that he has less defense than the Ranger. Again, Ranger really is just not accurate to that, but yet kind of, I don't know, just kind of weird. It's just funny with the lore stuff that the Germans nicknamed the Red Devils, and they fought their way through France, and it's like, but they only have a 4-4 defense, so apparently they died. So really interesting. And our last one is our Resourceful Hero. These are the hero units in the game. These are probably the silliest things that the game ever created. So just gonna go out on a limb and say not really accurate, because they're just a gameplay mechanic is really what they are. There's a Resourceful Hero. Just been scratched up on the bottom. I do believe this is a Thompson submachine gun. For some reason, though, because you can see it in that picture, right? Look at that. That is a Thompson submachine gun, and yet, does it have anything on it that gives it only two spaces out for medium range? It doesn't. So if this thing can just fire like it's an M1 Garand, that's okay. Again, not accurate at all. 8. 5-5 defense, again, not good. 10-7, this thing hits like a truck. But again, 3 points more than the Rangers. And I don't know, just bizarre. So US Hero, this unit doesn't get placed on the battle map during deployment. At the beginning of any of your movement phases, you may deploy this unit in any hex that contains a friendly US soldier. It's like he's getting promoted. This unit ignores face-up disrupted counters. So you still have to kill it with 2 hits, but any face-up disruption normally means -1 to hit, -1, can't move, stuff like that. And he just goes, nah. He still has it on him, but they just don't matter. It's weird. So I don't remember, though, if that means if his defense does drop by 1. I don't know that it does, since he ignores them. This unit has an attack value of 8 against vehicles in its hex. This attack ignores cover. It's a question then of, does the enemy firing at you ignore the face-up disruption? Because I think that might still lower his defense to 4. I would just play it as lowers defense to 4, because this is silly. All right. So close assault data we looked at. Improvisation. If a soldier or vehicle is destroyed in the same hex as this unit can use the attack values of the destroyed unit as long as it remains in the destroyed unit's hex. So again, gameplay mechanic of him taking over a vehicle or say there's an artillery and he's grabbing it and using it for the US. Again, is this guy accurate? No, this is extremely inaccurate. This is silly. This is stupid. This is a stupid thing. I've used him a couple times and just felt dirty the entire time, because it's just silly. Because it's like random promotion of a unit, and all of a sudden they're god tier, they're insane, they're powerful, and question of the disruption counters, dealio. Don't know if that applies to his defense or not, but I would just play it as, yeah, he still gets -1 defense, because that's silly. Because this is just ridiculous. And it's a Thompson submachine gun, and it doesn't even have the range limited down to 2 like it's supposed to with the original Thompson submachine gun. Let me find that. Okay. So the Thompson submachine gun does have a 10-8, but it has limited range of 2. So this doesn't make any sense at all, right? This is stupid. This is so stupid. It has 1 less attack, but it has 2 extra hexes out for combat. That's so dumb. Okay, you might be going, wow, he is really railing on this. Well, yeah, I am, because it's just a gameplay excuse to add a new unit into the game and make it desirable. And it has nothing to do directly with World War II. It's just, here, random, useful, awesome guy, go! And this is stupid, all right? So let me know in the comments below which one of these 5 was your favorite. Which one do you feel was the most inaccurate? Do you agree with my assessment on the Resourceful Hero and the Rangers? Let me know down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.